Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And now, as we said in our intro, we are going to tackle together the Egyptian unwavering stance regarding Sudan. As recently, Foreign Minister Badr presided over a consultative meeting on Sudan and renewed the Egyptian stance regarding full respect to the Sudanese sovereignty, territorial integrity, and the full support of Egypt to the national institutions of Sudan, and the full rejection to any foreign intervention. Also calling for a truce, a humanitarian truce, to alleviate the sufferings of the Sudanese people. To shed more light on this, we are very much delighted to have with us live here in the studio our guest, Dr. Mongy Badr, thinker and member of the board of the Egyptian Association at the United Nations. Thank you very much for being with us, sir, and a very good morning.
Morning for you and your viewers.
Sir, before going into details, let's know about the reasons behind this call from our top diplomat regarding the humanitarian truce in Sudan, and particularly in that timing.
Sudan, it's the backyard of Egypt, and it's very important to Egypt, not now, but if we are going to look for the history between Egypt and Sudan, we were one country and one people, and in the meantime our interests, we have much in common between Sudanese and the Egyptian people. And in fact, Egypt doesn't change its strategy toward our Sudanese brother, that we insist to have one Sudan, unity of Sudan, and also to stop fighting between our brother in Sudan, and also to let in medical aid to come in. And we are very sad about displacement of Sudanese toward neighboring countries. This, in fact, it's destroy the economic development in Sudan, and in the meantime, it affects all neighboring countries, especially Egypt. The most important point that we try to minimize the influence of some regional and international power, which they are pushing brothers in Sudan to continue fighting each other. And this showed to us the last days that we succeed to control the local and the regional and international.
And how these statements already released by the foreign minister really reflect the Egyptian stance, sir?
Yeah, in fact, His Excellency Dr. Badr, Foreign Minister of Egypt, he repeat again the strategy of Egypt toward Sudan, that unity, welfare of Sudanese, and also reconstruction of Sudan. Because if this war is going to stop, we consider Sudan it's the farm of Arab state, and in the meantime, through Sudan we can realize that Arab food security. And in the meantime, Sudan is very important for us, especially it's a country in northeast of Africa, in the meantime located in the Red Sea. The most important point, it's very close to the passing of ships from Indian Ocean to Suez Canal. And as you maybe know, that our revenue from Suez Canal, in fact, it's decreased by this aggression, sometimes by Yemen or Houthi, and in the meantime by tension in Red Sea. So it's many aspects which Egypt stress to the situation in Sudan, that we would like to reach very quickly peace in Sudan. We would like to make a reconstruction for Sudan, and in the meantime, we would like to keep unity of Sudanese people, because if we are going...
This is the big goal, of course,
Yeah.
but sir, also our top diplomat was very much keen to speak about humanitarian truce,
Yeah.
to make sure that we can guarantee the access of humanitarian aid to the Sudanese people, to decrease their sufferings or to alleviate their sufferings under the chaotic situation there, as the fighting there, unfortunately, is now lasting for more than 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
I think it was 15th of April 2023.
Yeah,
so
3 years.
how do you see the importance of having humanitarian truce right now?
It's a very sensitive point, humanitarian issues. Number one, I think you can consider that we welcome our brother from Sudan to come in to live with us in Egypt, and they enjoy our facilities which Egyptian people enjoy. This number one. Number two, we never built camps for refugees or our
we
brother.
don't call them refugees in the first place.
We consider them as a guest and the brother. In fact, I would like to add, beside guests, they are our brothers. Number three, you know, last week I started to read some report that many Sudanese people start to sell their assets in Sudan and to buy assets here in Egypt. So they consider, our brother in Sudan, they consider Egypt and Sudan, it's one country. Even there is a border, even there is independence of the two countries, but Sudanese and Egyptian people, we are one people in two countries.
Sir, regarding what's going on in Sudan, unfortunately, as you've kindly mentioned, it really damaged the infrastructure and it affected the people of Sudan, displacing them, and also there were even unfortunate reports issued by the United Nations that there are crimes against humanity which already took place there. How do you see this as a message sent to the whole world that we cannot anymore stop or keep silent in front of all these atrocities?
As you mentioned, that there are three messages for local in Egypt and Sudan, and regional dimension and also international dimension. For local, that for Egyptian, that we should be more patient and we should welcome our brother from Sudan, and we are going to divide our interest together and even our revenue together. This is number one. Number two, for Sudanese people, don't think one day that Sudan will be divided between the warring parties. Never ever happen, because we consider Sudan, it's our national security. Number three, for regional dimension, that we call all regional power, that Egypt doesn't allow any regional power to interfere in Sudan unless for the welfare of Sudanese people. For the welfare of Sudanese people, we welcome or aid or grant or foreign investment for neighboring country to come to invest in Sudan and to make reconstructions for the infrastructure in Sudan. Number three or four, for regional dimension, that Sudan, it's a red line for Egypt. We didn't allow any regional power to interfere in Sudan. For international dimension, we keep coordination with United Nations and also for the superpower. And if you may read the letter coming from President Donald Trump 2 days back to His Excellency Mr. Sisi, he thanks Egypt for the effort for Gaza Strip and also for Ethiopian Dam, and in the meantime he mentioned for the situation in Sudan. So our foreign policy concentrate on Egyptian interests, and in the meantime we work for the interests of our neighboring country, even it's Arab countries or African countries.
Because simply we consider the Arab and African national security part and parcel of our national security.
Correct.
Returning back to Sudan, sir, and if you please, I would like you to elaborate on the economic negative impacts of the Sudanese conflict on the region in general.
As you know, we mentioned that foreign investment doesn't come to your home unless you have security, you have infrastructure, you have skilled labor, and in the meantime you have market. So unfortunately all these four elements doesn't exist now in Sudan. So we can build a friendly atmosphere for investment in Sudan by achieving two things. Number one, truce first now in Sudan, and after that followed by ceasefire. If we succeed in this tactic to stop fighting in Sudan, simply we are going to reach negotiation, because war never ever end in a conflict. So we should prepare ourselves that after ceasefire we should go for negotiation. It's not change.
Political settlement.
Yeah.
But what are the main obstacles on the way, or let's not say obstacles, challenges in front of this political settlement to take place on the ground?
A lot of challenge. Number one, the Sudanese government itself, it's not power enough to force the situation of ceasefire. Okay, this is number one. Number two, for regional and international power, unfortunately, a lot of foreigners, a lot of countries put their nose in Sudanese interest. So our policy divided in three parts, as I mentioned before, that we try to coordinate with the regional power and the international power to keep down the conflict in Sudan. In the meantime, all parties should realize that war doesn't finish.
And this is exactly what was discussed in this 5th consultative meeting on Sudan, which took place only 2 days ago, headed by Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati, with the participation of representatives from the AU, from the Arab League, and from many other parties. How do you see, sir, the reaction of those international organizations, even, and other, whether regional or international powers, to echo or to support the Egyptian efforts to support Sudan in this very critical period of its modern history?
We try to do this since a long time, since the beginning of this conflict in Sudan 3 years back. But you know, sometimes that you don't have all tools to realize what you are planning. As you mentioned, that the 5th consultative meeting, the main aim to coordinate peace effort. So we concentrate in peace. And in the meantime, that after deadly war in Sudan, Dr. Badr Abdulati, Foreign Minister, he mentions that enough war. That you destroyed all infrastructure, you make a large or wide displacement of many Sudanese. Now you can find Sudanese people in Chad, Ethiopia, Egypt, and even Uganda. So he mentioned to reach a truce to allow it to come in. And in the meantime, evacuation. We need to make evacuation for some injured or dead bodies in Sudan. And in the meantime, you know that there is a big shortage in medicine in Sudan. So we want truce for a few days, just to prepare the situation again.
Could that truce, even for weeks, lead for a permanent ceasefire and a start of negotiations, sir?
You know, this again, it needs a lot of explanation. Truce, as you mentioned, that is for a few days, but it doesn't stop the war. But ceasefire, it's a formal stop of war and ceasefire.
Do we have expected different scenarios here?
Yes, yes, of course. Yeah, ceasefire, it's the beginning of the process of peace. So let us go step by step, reach truce, later on ceasefire, and after ceasefire it will be dialogue between all parties in Sudan. This dialogue we are ready to host this dialogue in Cairo or even in Aswan. It's very near to them. In the meantime, Egypt it's ready to supply Sudan with a lot of goods, a lot of medicine, and even that we are ready to exchange experience in infrastructure with our brother in Sudan. Many Egyptian companies now, they are ready to go in Sudan. And in the meantime, we are ready to have joint venture with Sudanese people. We don't want to ask them for foreign currency. We know the situation in Sudan, so it will be joint venture, which we can work with Egyptian bound and Sudanese Sudanese bound in the same, so we can avoid the problem of hard currency in Sudan. The last point in this regard, unfortunately, essential service completely collapsed. So it needs a lot of effort from Sudanese people and the Sudanese companies join with Egyptian companies. So let me call for a message to our brother in Sudan living outside Sudan, that it's the time for them to help their country and to transfer money or to their government to refresh the infrastructure, and in the meantime to rebuilding many hospitals already damaged and schools. The most I think sad story in this, that they close many hospitals, they close many schools, and unfortunately education system already collapsed in Sudan.
Fighting destroys everything, sir. But sir, if we also shed more light on the membership of Sudan in different organizations. I mean, Sudan is a member, of course, of the African Union, is a member of the Arab League. How do you see the importance of the roles of the AU or the Arab League in this very critical period in Sudan?
Ask General Secretary of Arab League to reply you why Arab League silent on the situation in Sudan.
No, there were, of course, representatives from the Arab League and from the EU in the last consultative meeting. But here, I mean, should we rely more on such organizations, or the neighboring countries should move faster, or what?
No, no. Don't rely on regional or international bodies. What do you think about the United Nations related the aggression of the United States of America against Venezuela, against Greenland, against Iran? Nothing at all. So it's the same situation for Arab League. But there are some leading company in the region. Egypt is a leading company. Now there is a coordination between Egypt and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to minimize this aggression in Sudan. And in the meantime, a lot of aid coming from Egypt to Sudan and from Saudi Arabia in the meantime. Also, I want to stress for our brother in Sudan that it's time to finish this war. Enough killed people, enough destroying of infrastructure. That they now, unfortunately, they are losing the future, because now most or many countries now, they are planning for AI and IT. How about the situation in Sudan for the future? So we hope our brother in Sudan to think with very wise way to stop this aggression, and in the meantime to understand that nobody can take all things. It should be win-win situation. Also, another message to the Sudanese government, that try to understand the political demand of the other side, and it's not shame to divide or to share power in Sudan between all parties. The last point in this regard, I mentioned that Sudan is very rich in natural resources, and it should use these resources for the benefit of Sudanese people and also for the benefits of Arab countries and African countries. Don't look for what happened in the past. Try to look for the future. Future, it's very good for Sudan, for Sudanese people. They have everything. They have water, they have the land, they have oil, they have natural resources, they have gold, and they have also population. So nothing to be neglected now. They should use their natural resources, and I consider very soon for the wise people in Sudan that to try to use their natural resources with collaboration with the neighboring countries. And also in the meantime, we are ready in Egypt to transfer our experience in attracting foreign investment and also in rebuilding infrastructure with our Sudanese people far away from the shortage of hard currency. Inshallah, I hope very soon to stop this war because we exert a lot of effort to control this aggression, and in the meantime very clear message to regional and international power: we don't allow anybody to play in Sudan again. Sudan, it will be one Sudan for the Sudanese people.
Dr. Mongy, thank you very much for your input and have a very good day.
Same to you. Thank you.
Well, right after the short break we are going to return back with more, so stay tuned.